Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first time joining me, my name is LATASHÁ and this is Makeup Hues and Views. On this particular video, I'm going to be going through and doing first a swatching and then an eye look with Morphe's Fierce by Nature eyeshadow palette. This is a beautiful palette, you guys. Let me give you a moment to take a look at it. I'm going to bring it in close. I've been using this eyeshadow palette, so it's a little dusty. But I'll give you a moment to take a look at all of these beautiful colors in here. One thing you'll notice is that along the top, there's more neutral colors, except around this middle area where you've gotten these greens. You'll also see down below some more traditional smoky eye colors as well. And then right in here is where there's some fun going on with some bright colors, some sparkle, glitter, whatnot to it. So that is the palette. I'm going to be doing an eye look based off of some requests that I received to do a more daring look. The last eyeshadow tutorial that I did was a day look, very subdued golds, bronze colors, and so some commenters wanted more fun palette, and so that's what I'm doing with this. And right now I'm going to show you a picture of what was my inspiration. It actually was, I was at the grocery store in the bakery section and I took a picture of this cupcake. Right now it is still technically autumn, and so I know that people are doing Christmas shopping and whatnot, but it's still autumn, so I thought, why not go ahead and work with those colors and see what I can come up with. So in addition to that, I'm going to be doing a swatching. Now, I never think that a swatching really depicts how the colors are going to look on your eye, but rather it does give you an idea of the color representation that's in the palette. So if you're interested in that, I hope you stick around. First, I'll do the swatching, and then I'll do the eye look tutorial, and then my final take on what I think of this palette here. So let's go ahead and get started. For these freakishly long arms of mine. This is the top row of the eyeshadow palette. As you can see, these are all pretty tame, subdued colors that you can wear during the day. Not a problem with them whatsoever. There they are. I'll start from left all the way to right. First color is Trance, Consume, Frenzy, Power Play, Savage, The Go, and then last one is Disrupt. Starting from left to right, this is the second row. The colors are Temptin', Flame Game, Ferocious, Come Alive, Major Hottie, Stun Wild, and Embers. Embers is the last one over here. Going on to the third row, starting with from left to right, color is New Flame, Ball of Fire, Red Alert, Make Believe, Unstoppable, Explode, and Hot Contents. Here is row number 4, starting from left to right. First color is Domination, then Full Blast, Ignition, Mesmerize, Inferno, In Command, and Hypnotic. Here is the final row going from left to right. The colors are listed as Stamina, Warning Label, Combust, Out of Control, Smolder, Jolt, and Smoked Out. I really love how these colors are swatching on my arm. You guys are very pigmented, very smooth. I just really enjoy this palette, and I hope you guys have fun watching me put it on, or if you guys choose to get the palette as well, have fun playing with it too. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started with the actual look. Let me show you this palette one last time. Okay. In one of my last videos, a few people commented asking for more bold, dramatic looks, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to start first with just a very basic dense brush to apply the color right here known as Hypnotic. I'm going to apply that to the outer corner of my eye. Now, I also need to let you know that I've done most of my foundation. I've already done my eyebrows and applied eyeshadow primer. I I have a mirror off to the side over here, a big one you can't see, and then I'm also going to have a handheld one, okay? So, and I'm just going to do one eye so you guys can see the difference as I'm doing it. Now, as I do this corner, I'm doing it almost like an upside down triangle where the very corner of where my eye is the tip, and then I go out a little bit more as I go in. And all I'm doing, you see me patting because I'm not trying to blend in yet. All I'm doing is actually just applying the color, the pigment to my lid before I start blending and whatnot. Okay, so that's the color Hypnotic. You notice that I am not doing what I refer to as windshield wipers. Instead, I'm actually, because I have hooded eyes, and this is good suggestion for anyone with hooded eyes or extra fold of skin, or if you're starting to age, you don't want to make motions that make your eyes droop. So you don't want to be going up, down, like that. You want to be going upwards actually when you're applying in that outer corner. Next, I'm going to be moving on to the color right next to it, which is called In Command. And I'm putting that in my crease, mostly along my crease line. Another tip for those of you who also have hooded eyes or extra skin in this area of your eyelid is, as much as possible, you want to keep your eyes open when you're applying your makeup as much as possible. That way you have a better idea of where the makeup's going to land, because those of you with extra fold of skin, that moves when you open and close your eyes. So as much as possible, this next step, I'm going to try to keep my eyes open. And I'm doing this for most of my crease. And again, I'm just patting down. I'm using the same brush. I wiped off most of the color that had been on it just a moment earlier and applied this new color instead, the In Command. And this is a pretty quick look, actually, you guys. So I patted that down in there as well. I'm going to go back to the corner, add a little bit more Hypnotic, just a little. And again, I'm just patting. Now I'm going to take and wipe off the excess from those two colors off my brush, and I'm going in with what is next to it, which is called Inferno, and Inferno is right here. And coincidentally, most eyeshadow palettes should be designed that if you're trying to get a look, you should be able to use the eyeshadows next to each other to get your look for the most part. Doesn't mean you're limited, but generally, if you're trying to play it safe or you're new to eyeshadows and you've got so many colors like this one does, you can pretty much go and get the ones next to your pan to help you decide what colors to use. But anyway, I'm going in with the color Inferno next, and I'm going to apply that to the last, I'd say 1/3 of the inner eye area. Still not on my actual eyelid, just that crease area. Now, I'm not quite blending in yet. I just want to make sure that I get my colors situated first. Okay, and so far I like that. What I'm going to do now is take a slightly looser brush, and I'm going to apply this color that's in the corner, which is called Trance. And I'm just, actually no, I don't want to do Trance this time. Let's do the OG. The OG is this one up here in the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm lightly tapping the pan with that brush, and I'm going to put that towards the outer edge of where my eyeshadow stops. And I'm going to be using that in a minute to soften up these harsh edges, but right now I'm just going to place it in there for now, okay? Next, I am taking a flat brush. I'm not giving out name brands or anything, just use a flat brush that you have. I'm going to slightly wet that brush. I've got a bottle of water right here that I have set aside. I'm wetting that brush, squeeze that excess out, and I'm going to be dipping into the color Power Play, which is this color right here. Now, whenever I wet a brush, I always try to stick to the outer part of the pan, just in case I don't want the whole pan to crystallize if something happens where it's too wet, or I just don't want to damage the whole pan with with a wet brush. That's just me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that to my entire eyelid. I am going to close my eye for this part. And I'm still just patting in because I'm placing the color. I'm not ready to blend, so I'm not rubbing in. I'm just patting it in. And you'll see with the hooded eye, I am going to open my eye now because that's where people make what they call the crease eye look, where you can go in and make a more pronounced eyelid right in the middle between where my crease and where my main eyelid is. There's a fold of skin that moves around, and so as much as possible, that's the part when I'm focusing, when my eyes are opened, to apply makeup there. Okay, I'm going to use that same brush. I've wiped off the excess eyeshadow, and I'm going to dip into the color directly below Power Play and use that color, and it is the one Come Alive right there. And I'm going to use the same brush. Again, I'm using the outer edge. And I'm going to put that on the outer 1/3 of my eyelid. And again, I'm still just patting it in. Especially with the look as bold as this one, as much as possible, you don't want to, I don't know what the phrase is, just rub it all out. I don't know if you can see that very well. Once again, I'm going to go use the same brush, wipe it down. Wiped it down really good. There's hardly anything on it. And I'm going to use last this color down in the 4th row, middle column, called Mesmerize. Just a little of this color right here, Mesmerize. And since this brush is still considered a little bit wet, I use the outer part of the pan instead of the whole pan. And I'm going to go in, and not a 1/3, but a little bit less than a 1/3, maybe a 1/4 if you're into measurements or whatever, a 1/4 of that inner eyelid. Go in and pat that in. And I just added that extra little touch there just because it's still technically fall while I'm taping this video. And I'm going to bring that picture up again. I don't know if I showed it at the beginning of the video already. I've done a couple different takes of this because of some audio issues. But there was a cupcake that I saw at the grocery store that I took a picture of that kind of serves as the inspiration for this. I thought this would be a little bit more, since this is a more fun, more dramatic, more bold eyeshadow palette, to, you know, try to be more creative and think of it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring a picture of that cupcake up again. Give you a moment to look at it. Okay, and so that's kind of what was the inspiration for this. Now I'm going to take that brush, the more loose brush that I had used and applied, what color was that again? Color was the OG. And I'm going to go in, and now I'm going to blend the crease, okay? I am going to take this up to my brow bone first. And then I'm going in light little turns. Again, I'm just little turns. Not, partly because you don't want, I forget the phrase for it at this moment, it escapes me, where you have the eyeshadow all over the rest of your face because you're brushing it all over, but also again because we don't want to get in the habit of going downwards on this outer edge. We don't want to get in the habit of making your eyes start to droop. Just a little bit, gently, just blending this. You could blend it out a lot more if this was a more subdued look, but again, I'm trying to go and be a little bit more dramatic in this look. There, and just to make this, my brow bone, a little bit more pronounced, the last color I am using is just a little of this color here, Trans. Just a little. And lightly tap that. And put that directly under my brow bone area. Just to make it stand out just a little bit, that's all. Okay, and so there's one eye that has the eyeshadow on it and another eye that doesn't. And oops, one more thing. I'm going to take and add just a little with this wet brush that I've had. I'm dipping it back into the water again, drying it off, and I'm going to add just a little Hypnotic. That's the very first color that I started with, the darkest color here. And I'm going to add Hypnotic. I'm going to look up, add Hypnotic, and add it to my lower lid eyelash line. Okay. And I don't know if you'll be able to notice that. And then I'm going to go out a little with it. Oop, a little too much there. Kind of make a little winged eye effect here. I'm also going to go back into that corner, that outer corner there. But just to kind of balance it out a little bit, so I don't have all this color on the top and nothing connecting the bottom at all. Just going to pat it in too. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and go on and do my other eye pretty quick. Okay, here's my final look. I went ahead and applied some magnetic eyelashes on as well. If you have any questions on how to apply magnetic eyelashes, I did do a how-to video. I'll include a reference to it. When I point up here, you should see something come across the screen. I'll also include the link to that video down in the video description as well. But overall, I think that this is a very fun palette. However, it still has the colors in it that you can use for a more subdued look. You can also go ahead and do a smoky, deep smoky eye look. Of course, we've got this glitter color right there in the middle. So I am very pleased with this eyeshadow palette. In terms of being pleased, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. If you could rate this video, you have two choices. You can give it a thumbs up if you like this video, or thumbs down if you think I could have done better. Either way, you're helping me out and I appreciate that. Last but not least, if you have not subscribed to the channel and you've made it this far, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and hit in a moment, should be a couple pictures of me coming up here. There's going to be a video suggestion and then another picture of me. Go ahead and smash on my forehead and that picture, and it'll show you how to go ahead and subscribe. Better yet, don't forget to smash the bell next to it so you're notified of my next video. So for now, that's it. Until next time, I hope you have a great day, great week, great month, great year, great life. Bye.